everyone. Warm welcome to our the Projekt summer conference. Warm welcome to all the guests who gathered here in Warsaw in our cozy offices, cozy I hope. And even warmer welcome to all the viewers who are watching us right now on the live stream. We've prepared a lot of exciting information for you, some of the big things I'm sure a lot of you is waiting for. But let me start with a short recap of The Witcher 2. So The Witcher 2 Assassins of Kings in the Enhanced Edition was released in April this year, and frankly speaking, well, it was a challenge for us because it was our first Xbox 360 title. Actually, it was our first multi-platform game because at the same time we've released both the PC version and the Xbox 360 version. But with PC, we already had quite some experience releasing Witcher 1 and Witcher 1 Enhanced Edition. But it was our first console title, so we got some memorable quotes because the critics really liked it, and we are very grateful to them for that. But I think we really managed to deliver a truly outstanding Xbox 360 title. So some of the quotes, you know, we have to PR ourselves a little bit, you have to brag about it a little bit, so please let me begin with that. It's really valuable to us because, as I already said, it's our first console game out of the door, and it really rocks. So a few of the scores. So again, the bragging factors. So Game Informer 9.5 out of 10, Eurogamer 9 out of 10, GameSpot 9 out of 10. That's really great achievement, and I would like to thank the whole studio and the whole dev team for that. Congrats, guys, you really rock. But that's the critics part. What's even more important is the fan reception. So the fan support was overwhelming, and we got some great feedback. That's actually just a couple of the tens of thousands we've gathered for the purpose of the presentation. So thank you very much, guys. And what's even more important, I would say, not only the reviews, but voting with your wallet. So going out there and buying the game. And from the moment we released The Witcher 2 last year until today, we sold over 1.7 million copies worldwide. And that's a great achievement. Thank you very much, guys, for going out there and spending your hard-earned money on our title. We really appreciate it, and that's why we make the games for you. We actually prepared a small thank you movie. It's quite gory and mature, so, you know, if you're not an adult, just please stop watching now.
Hello, The Witcher 2 for PC is over a year old.
In that time, you've bought over 1.7 million copies of the game.
The Xbox 360 version is a little younger.
But still, many gamers have managed to finish it a couple of times.
A lot of you also downloaded the Enhanced Edition upgrade for PC.
And have found The Witcher 1 to be great fun both for PC and Mac.
We want to continue to give you ambitious entertainment.
Thanks to your support, we'll still be able to make
Mature.
Complex.
demanding
Non-linear
RPGs
With no DRM,
free DLC
and a lot of extra goodies for you.
We want to treat you just the way we would like to be treated as gamers.
We hope you have enjoyed.
the 6 cutscenes.
We hope you have enjoyed.
every moment of playing the Witcher games.
as much as we have enjoyed creating them.
So for all your support, we would like to say thanks for that.
Thank you.
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 Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. I dziękuję.
Dzięki.
Dziękuję.
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 Vielen Dank. Merci.
Dankeschön.
Merci beaucoup.
Spasiba.
Grazie.
Gracias.
Salamat.
Efkaristo.
Köszönöm.
Arigato gozaimasu.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
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 Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you all. We love you.
Guys, and a big thank you from me as well. So you've had a chance to see quite a few of the developers behind The Witcher 2. And I would like to stress one very important thing here, very briefly. every unit sold matters because it allows us to make an even better game, next game we are working on. Because all the money we make, we actually in 100% reinvest into the next titles. And right now we are working on 2 kick-ass AAA RPG games. So if you don't have the game, you heard about it, you're considering, hesitating, go and buy it. If your friends don't have it and you already have it and you like it, recommend it. That's all the sales pitch I have for today. And actually, I'm giving you quite of a shortcut to go out and buy it. And from this game, we're getting 100 proceeds. So from this platform, our sister company, GOG.com, we are running a special promo for you starting today for a week, $29.99 or equivalent in your local currency. Only on GOG.com, 30% off on The Witcher 2 Assassins of Kings Enhanced Edition, 100% DRM free with a lot of extra goodies. Moving on with The Witcher 2 recap, there was one important territory where Witcher 2 X360 edition was not released, and we are actually fixing that as we speak, because on the 23rd of August, we are releasing the game in Japan together with our local partner, Spike Chunsoft, real expert in the console Western RPGs. So for all the Japanese gamers, guys, you can go out on the 23rd and grab a full bells and whistles Japanese version, localized, both text and voiceovers. It's a great title, so go out and grab it. Moving further, at the last conference, we were announcing a program encouraging you to become a professional reviewer. So, indeed, we have sent out this 1,000 review copies. It went to over 70 countries on 4 continents. I have to say it was a logistical challenge because a couple of guys from our marketing department spent a good few days packing it all up and sending it all to you. But I have to say it was worth it because we got over 300 reviews. Actually, when I was thinking about the program, I thought, wow, it's a cool idea. Maybe we'll get 50, maybe we'll get 100. Because ultimately, maybe I'm thinking about my example. If I would get a free copy, I would definitely play it, but I'm not really that sure if I would spend the time to write a review afterwards. But you did, guys, so thank you very much for that. We wanted to reward you. And we've asked Adam from Game Informer, he's a professional editor, to choose the best review. Of course, it's hard, but I think Adam spent quite some time on it, and we have the winner. I would like to announce that the winner of the Become a Professional Reviewer program is Chris from slackerworks.com. That's a pretty cool blog, so go and check it out. What is important, Chris, for you, there is an award. So first of all, your review will be up on Game Informer, and I think that's quite an achievement, man. And you will also get the Witcher X360 Dark Edition signed by the whole studio. So I wait to hear from us. So thank you very much to all of the guys all of you who are participating. Thanks. I think you sort of recognize this logo. Is it familiar? Does it ring a bell? If not, we can fill you in on it later. But seriously, again, at the last conference, we've announced Witcher 1 Enhanced Edition coming to Mac. That was our first Mac title, and really didn't know what to expect. Is it going to sell? Is that many people playing on Mac really? Yes, there is. The game is selling extremely well. And moving forward, as this was our first title, we also have one more, so we decided to put it on Mac as well. And I would like to officially announce that Witcher 2 is coming to Mac, and it's coming fall this year. That's really exciting for us because we are Mac users. I think there's more and more Macs in our company. So I believe we are not an isolated case, and more people out there will have a chance to play The Witcher 2. What is important to say is that it's going to be a fully native version. So whatever configuration you have, I mean, as long as it will support it, the game will run quite smoothly. We'll be working hard to make sure that it works on as many Macs as possible. Of course, the game is technically quite demanding, but it's a native version, not a port. I'm sure we'll be able to cater to a wider audience with this one. And I think I'm quite safe to say, looking at the gaming offer on Mac, that it will be the most beautiful looking RPG on Mac to date. So wait for it, and we'll be keeping you posted when it's hitting the digital shelves worldwide. And again, touching on the spring conference, we've announced a revolutionary program, a backup copy of The Witcher 2 on GOG.com. So doesn't matter wherever you bought the game, we have a digital copy for you. The response was overwhelming, but we thought, okay, so we did it for Witcher 2. It worked very well. We had a lot of people registering and reclaiming their digital copies, but we didn't do it for Witcher 1, and we want to do things right. So I'm really pleased to announce that as of actually right now, there's a free backup copy waiting for you at GOG.com, and I'm talking to all the users, all the customers who bought a version of Witcher 1, any version. It's important for you only to have the code. Go to the GOG.com/Witcher backup, type in the code, and you will get 100% DRM free, most updated, most recent version of The Witcher 1, of course in the enhanced edition, with a lot of extra goodies. I think it's worth your time. Maybe you have your game up in the attic. It's 5 years old, so maybe you didn't play it for a while. It's a good opportunity to refresh your memory and give it a go. I strongly encourage you to go to GOG.com/Witcher backup and registering the game. Okay, we're getting to the big part. So you probably saw this guy a little bit earlier. Since yesterday, I was floating around the net. Let me solve the riddle, solve the puzzle for you here, guys. CD Projekt is known for the Witcher franchise. So until not so long ago, we had just one team, but I'm really pleased to announce that since quite some time, we have a second team, and I'm talking about it for the first time today. And the second team is based on Witcher veterans. So these are really seasoned developers, the guys who were working on Witcher 1 and Witcher 2. Actually, they were working quite a few years on them. So if we would gather the nights they spend at the office, it would be a few real-time years they spend on this project. They're really seasoned developers, and they're working on a new AAA RPG. So I suppose you would like to find out about what RPG it is. And no, it's not a Smurf game. So I would like to draw you a vision. Imagine a rich and futuristic world with ultra-modern technology, which at the same time is decadent and there's degenerated human society. I think it rings a bell to a lot of you, but that's just a description to move your imagination a little bit. So that's the world, but right now, let's say a few words about the foundation of the world. So the world of the game you're working on is based on a cult classic RPG pen and paper system. Okay, I think you're slowly getting there. You already know what I'm talking about. You think of the time you spend with it. But let me tell you a little bit more about this RPG system. It's over 4,700 pages in 44 handbooks. Okay, warmer. And over 5 million pen and paper players. I mean, it's quite a safe estimation, but it's a very advanced, very mature system which has been played by people for the last 25 years. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm really honored to announce that we are working on a Cyberpunk game, but not just a regular Cyberpunk game, on the Cyberpunk game. That's really important to stress. And the game is based on Mike Pondsmith's pen and paper RPG Cyberpunk system. I would also like to announce that we are honored that Mike decided to work with us. We've signed an exclusive licensing agreement based on which we'll be developing games in the Cyberpunk world. So these are the big news for today, guys. These are really big for me. Actually, in sort of a way, that's my dream coming true. I'm a huge fan of Cyberpunk myself. But that's about the world, that's about the system. Let me tell you right now, I think what really matters to gamers. Let me tell you a little bit about the game. We will not be revealing everything, but we have some really cool information for you right now. So we definitely will deliver a mature RPG for mature grown-up audiences. It will be brutal where it needs to be to show you the world in the right perspective, the futuristic, degenerated world of Cyberpunk. And if I think about this one, I really remember watching Blade Runner. For me, Cyberpunk is Blade Runner. So I actually especially recently bought a Blu-ray remastered version of the movie and really kicks ass. So the second thing, gripping non-linear story. And again, think about the books, about your favorite cyberpunk books, be it William Gibson or Philip K. Dick, and think that you are actually playing these books and you can change the plot. That's what we are going to deliver. These are actually two key points which made the foundation for the Witcher games. That's really important. Advanced RPG mechanics based on well-proven mic system, and I really want to stress how important it is, because with the Witcher games, we had to build the mechanics ourselves. So we are, of course, committing some mistakes. We are learning. It was an iterative process. Here, we have everything ready. We can really start focusing on building a truly exceptional game, and all the rules are there, and over 5 million players can't be wrong, can they? I hope not. Another very important point for a lot of you out there, different character classes to choose from. So be it a netrunner or solo, and don't take my word for it, I'm not right now announcing the classes we'll have actually in the game. This will be announced at a later stage, but basically you'll be able to play the character you want, you'll be able to customize the character. So that's a big change from the Witcher games, and I think it really makes perfect sense for a Cyberpunk game. Another very important thing, gigantic arsenal of upgrades, weapons, cool high-tech toys. You can kill with them, you can play with them, you can shape the gameplay the way you want it. That's what we are going to deliver in our Cyberpunk game. And finally, I think it's a really bold statement, but if you don't believe me, play our Witcher games. I really promise that we'll deliver a truly outstanding futuristic RPG, setting totally new standard in the genre, both in terms of the gameplay, but also on the tech side. We are using our advanced Red engine, which really works extremely well in case of The Witcher 2, and we are continuously developing this technology. So it will be a cutting-edge looking game and exceptional on the gameplay with high production values. And I really want to say that we are not making a game for everyone. We are not making R for everybody. We are making a game for a mature audience. So you will get an intelligent, non-linear, gripping game with cutting-edge graphics. Well, what more could you want, guys? We actually prepared a first concept art, one of the first concept arts, and while you will start guessing which class is this gentleman on the left in this beautiful looking jacket. I'd like to buy one like that, actually. Please let me invite our special guest, all the way from US, Mike Pondsmith, the creator of the Cyberpunk pen and paper RPG system. Ladies and gentlemen. Mike, so I'm talking all these things. What are we going to deliver? What is our promise? But I think we're missing a key point here. Please tell us what Cyberpunk is and what it is for you. You created it. You spent most of your life with it, so it's like your baby.
Oh yeah. In fact, we like to call it our first child. Well, I too have a favorite movie, and it is Blade Runner. And the story I'm going to tell you goes back many years now, 2 decades. And it sort of goes like this. How do you get to create something like Cyberpunk? Well, in my case, I love Blade Runner. I love that kind of future where things are shifting, changing, dangerous. So I find myself, and you can join me in this mental exercise, walking down a street around 1 o'clock in the morning in San Francisco when it's raining and it's cold, and it's down by the Mission, which is not a place you want to be. And I'm thinking, this is kind of interesting. It's dangerous. It's cool. It's got that kind of dystopian feel, but it'd be a lot better if I had, a gun in my arm or something. Or I had something that would enhance my capabilities in a way that I might live to get to my car. So the thing I realized then, I wanted to write this game. I wanted to have a game that had more than just gear and weapons and technology and ideas like that. I wanted to have a certain kind of style, that kind of dangerous, tragic, almost romantic feel, something that's somewhere between science fiction and film noir. And thus was born Cyberpunk. And when you look at that, look at the guy. He's got the hardware, yes, but he's got a certain style as well. You've got to have style to wear that jacket. And this is what we were aiming to do. When I sat down and started putting this game together, I wanted to have that feeling that I'd had walking those cold streets at night and be able to transfer it to people who also wanted to work in that environment. It's a very strange and interesting place because it's only seconds away from where we sit right now if everything had gone somewhat wrong. One of the more interesting things we've always found is that as we've written subsequent Cyberpunk books, how much of what we talk about is coming true. How many root areas of the Cyberpunk experience could really be there for us. Another thing we're fascinated by is how the technology, the ideas behind it, change people, change what they do. When you're in the cyberpunk world, you have enemies, and they're big enemies. You have huge mega corporations, you have booster gangs, you have terrifying change, you have a world that is pretty much collapsed, whether you're trying to go down a freeway with a bunch of screaming guys on cyber bikes, or you're basically just trying to keep alive in a dark alley somewhere where someone's trying to slip a vibroblade into your back. But the great part about it is, like with this guy, you have the tools, you have the weapons, they're built in. You are the hero. You're a one-man army or a one-woman army. You can get out there, you can change it, you can make a difference. Sometimes it's tragic, sometimes it isn't. But the great part is, you make that happen. Now, the thing is that's really hard to translate because you can't just make a gun and run game. You need to find a way to get that feeling. And for many, many years, we kind of despaired at ever finding a company that could help us do that, could pull that off. And when we were contacted by CD Projekt Red, we saw Witcher and Witcher 2, we said, yeah, these guys can do it. They can get that maturity, they can get that danger, they can get that romance, they can get that dystopian feel all in one place. And we've been looking forward to that, as with fans all around the world of Cyberpunk. They've been waiting for that. Now we're going to get it. One of the things that really excites us is that the CD Red team has asked me to join in, help out, work with them on this. And we're looking forward to that. We're going to bring you a game, the Cyberpunk game that you've all been waiting for patiently. It's going to kick butt. We guarantee you're going to like this thing. And personally, I can't wait to get down and play it. So let's go make a game.
Well, thank you very much, Mike. That was quite a story. Right now, I have two things on my list. First, we gotta get 2 jackets, one for Mike and one for me. The other thing, whenever I go next time to San Francisco Game Developers Conference, I'm packing up a serious gun, guys. I'll never go to mission without one. So, moving forward, guys, we have a second team, and we're working on a AAA Cyberpunk game, RPG. And obviously, the game will not make itself. Would be a dream coming true, but that's not going to happen. So we are looking for talented individuals who would like to work with us, who are really passionate about RPGs, who are passionate about Cyberpunk. So if you want one of them, please visit cdpred.com and drop us a line, and we'll gladly talk to you. We'll invite you over to Warsaw. We'll talk to you on the phone. We really would like to work with the best because we are making the best game. So no compromises here, and we are looking forward to hearing from you. That's about it for the first part, for the CDP Red part, guys. But there is the master of ceremony, Trevor Longino, waiting here. And he has a pretty cool slam jam at the end. So welcome on stage, Trevor.
Hello, my name is Trevor Longino. I'm head of marketing and PR for GOG.com. We've been accused in the past of sometimes making announcements of announcements, so I'm just going to get right into what we're actually be talking about with our part of the presentation today. We have 3 different things we want to share with you guys today. First, we're going to talk about some exclusive classics that are arriving at GOG right now. We're going to talk about some exciting new releases that will be coming. And finally, we'll wrap things up. We have a sneak preview that will be available for some of you guys as well. Now, when I talk about exclusive classics, it's worth noting we did a bigger, fresher, newer GOG.com a while back where we said we're not just going to do old games on GOG. We're going to bring newer games as well, indie games, all kinds of great games to GOG. So some people were wondering, well, will you stop bringing great classics? In the last couple of weeks, we've released games like Theme Hospital, Quest for Glory series, Anachronox, some phenomenal classics. I think we've really done a good job of affirming our commitment to bringing those classic games to GOG. But we have some more very anticipated games we're bringing for you guys tonight. For the first time remastered in full GOG style on Windows, we are able to bring you guys Sid Meier's Colonization. This is a really fantastic strategy game where you're part of a fleet going over to conquer a new world. It's a very rich game, kind of game you can play for weeks and weeks and weeks. Remastered with tons of extra goodies, available on GOG.com right now for just $5.99. That's not the only classic we're bringing you guys tonight. We also have one of the, I'll call her the most famous archaeologist in all of gaming history. That's right, we are bringing you Tomb Raider 1, 2, and 3 in a bundle, all 3 games together for just $9.99, also available right now on GOG.com. For any of you strategy fans or any of you action platforming fans, this is about as good as it gets. Be sure to check it out on GOG. Those are our classics we have available for download right now. Let's talk about our exciting new releases. Our first game we've got here is a really interesting retro throwback to some of the greatest games of the 80s. The commercial here will remind you of the sort of thing you would see on Saturday morning cartoon in the States. Take a look here and see what we've got.
Hey kids, do you love playing Retro City Rampage on your home video game systems?
Yeah!
Don't you wish you could scarf down those delicious pixels and taste the car stealing action?
Yeah!
Can you tolerate unsubstantiated health risks and find that you have an aversion to class action lawsuits? Never mind. Open up wide and shove some Retro City Rampage right into your throat hole.
Radical!
That's right, kids. Your favorite retro-style 8-bit horrific action game is about to move from the TV screen all the way through your large intestine. Through the beauty of cross-promotional, licensed marketing, and questionable manufacturing practices, your favorite video game, Retro City Rampage, is now available to download directly into your face.
I can really taste the graphics.
Sandbox-style gameplay in an amazing retro gaming world, brought to life with a boatload of eye-popping colors. Who wouldn't want to shovel that down with a pint of ice-cold beater milk?
Hey, kiddos. I think you've had enough. Boys will be boys!
All your favorite gaming nostalgia, memes, and classic scenes have been mechanically pressed into a bodacious cereal. You'll be the envy of everyone at school, especially the poor kids who can't afford awesome video game cereal. And if that wasn't enough, each box comes with a copy of Retro City Rampage for the AtariVision 64, dug up from a secret desert landfill. Retro City Rampage and Retro City Rampage the cereal. Available soon wherever video game paraphernalia is sold.
Taste the graphics.
So, Retro City Rampage, if that commercial didn't kind of explain things to you, is a retro mashup of a bunch of classic games you can think of from back in the 90s and 80s. The first thing I thought of when I saw it was, wow, this looks like a 8-bit demake of GTA 2. And it has built into it a bunch of adventure stuff. There's some action shooting bits that would remind you of Smash TV. It's really a fantastic just amalgamation of a bunch of different genres. When we saw it, we thought, man, this really is a new game that's true to that old school feel. It's definitely something we have to have on GOG. I'm calling it here an open world hectic mashup. As you saw from the gameplay, it's a really fast-paced game. This game provides a whole bunch of value when you pick it up. It's got more than 15 hours of gameplay. It has 50 different missions, more than 30 different arcade levels, so you can play a variety of different types of game over and over, try and get high score, that kind of thing. 25 different weapons. It's also an award-winning game. It's gotten the finalist at the Independence Games Festival. It was a Inside Gaming's Best of PAX, and it was Editor's Choice on DIY Gamer. Really great game. By all means, check it out. It is available for pre-order on GOG.com right now. When you get this game on GOG, you will get the in-game soundtrack, an English, French, Italian, German, and Spanish localization version of the game. Retro-styled print-your-own box art. So when you pick this game up, you can print out a box art that looks kind of like the old Sega Master cartridges. Print that out, put it on your actual physical shelf, as opposed to having this on your GOG virtual shelf as well. Comes with user avatars, full HD wallpapers, and a manual. You get all of this together. Fantastic mashup game on GOG right now for $14.99. Now that's one of the two new games we're bringing on GOG today. The other game is a really stylish platformer. It's kind of hard to describe because it has a very unique look and feel to it. I'm just going to show you their trailer here. You can see for yourself.
Black Pants presents
Laser. Rope. Rocket.
So, Tiny and Big Grandpa's Leftovers is a physics-based platformer game that has an interesting kind of crosshatch shading engine, fantastic music by a bunch of different indie bands. This game also has a lot of really cool features in it when you pick it up from GOG. It's got more than 10 hours of different physics-based kind of sandbox gameplay with 17 different collectible tracks from a number of different indie bands. Has 11 different areas you can play, and some of them, as you saw at the very end of that trailer, have a different look than the main cel-shaded area. And this is also an awards winner. This picked up an award for the winner in Student Showcase at the Independent Games Festival, and it received an award from Indie Pub as well for being a fantastic indie game in 2011. This game, available for pre-order right now on GOG, and the full price for this game will be $9.99, but you'll be able to pick it up at a discount. I'll tell you about that in a second. Right now it comes with English, French, Italian, German, and Spanish localizations, user avatars, full HD wallpapers, a manual, and a really awesome 30-plus page art book. With a game this stylish, being able to see the early sketches and the character work they're designing is really a treat and something I think you'll enjoy. As I mentioned, this game's full price is $9.99, but until it actually releases, which will be around June 19th, you'll be able to pick the game up for 10% off, get it just $8.99. This is one of those games, we saw an early build of it, an alpha build a couple months ago. We fell in love with it. It's just so stylish and so very cleverly presented. It was something we wanted to put on GOG, and it's definitely something we think you'll enjoy. Now, those are our new games we're releasing, but I also mentioned something about a sneak preview. We released a couple weeks ago for pre-order on GOG adventure game called Resonance. It had some interesting mechanics in it that make it different from your usual adventure game. Let me show you what I mean. Here's one last trailer for you to watch.
Being told now we've established contact with our Washington Bureau. Re-established contact. Video is coming in now. The White House has been attacked.
What exactly happened in that lab?
Oh God, it wasn't an accident.
Dr. Morales was working on a powerful new technology, and someone used his own technology to kill him.
Unlimited destructive power. Are you kidding me?
All right, so that's Resonance. It has a innovative way of giving you kind of a twist on adventure gaming by putting in memories with items. So you can pick up an item and it unlocks some memory in your mind. You can use it for problem solving. It also lets you play as 4 different characters interspaced throughout the game as you want. So it lets you switch up the perspective some when you think, hey, I want to try a different approach, or I can't figure out this puzzle, let me try and do something else. This game has the full length of the game is 15, maybe 20 hours. The head developer said it takes him about 12 hours to play through it, but he knows everything, so you've got to figure it takes a bit longer if you're not someone who's written the code himself. It does come with 4 different playable characters, as I mentioned, and there are a great variety of different endings that show up throughout the game, depending on how you play it through the whole thing. So I said there's a sneak preview here. What do I mean by that? Well, let me explain for you. When you pre-order Resonance, which is available now on GOG, you will actually get a playable preview available in the goodies section of your game. If you've already pre-ordered it, you can go to your shelf right now and you'll see it. If you pre-order anytime between now and the game's release on the 19th, you'll be able to download the preview then as well. This is a pretty sizable preview. The whole game, as I mentioned, 15, 20 hours. This has all 4 characters and probably around 4 hours of gameplay in just the preview. Gives you a really good feeling for what the game's going to be like. And that way you can tell your friends, hey man, I know you're an adventure game fan, be sure to check this out on GOG. It's incredible what they've got for offer here. We are the exclusive digital distributor for this, so if you pick the game up from us, you get the preview. There's nowhere else you can pre-order the game online to get the preview, although if you buy the box copy on Wajidai's website, I believe we give you a copy on GOG as well. This is our exclusive sneak preview, and the game, normally its full price is $9.99, but this is also going to be on sale 10% off. If you pre-order anytime between now and the 19th, pick it up and you'll be able to play the preview. It's pretty awesome. I think you guys should check it out. Finally, let me wrap this up by talking to you a bit about bigger, fresher, newer. I know we've mentioned this a few times now, but some people have been wondering how have things been going for GOG since we made this shift into offering newer games alongside our classic releases. Well, the very first game we really did a big push behind for bigger, fresher, newer was an indie RPG called Legend of Grimrock. And we think it went pretty well. Let me give you some hard numbers here to talk about how this went. Legend of Grimrock, we had 20,000 units in almost 2 months. Now, absent any context, it's hard to say what that means. Let me give you something for comparison. When we were selling The Witcher 2 on GOG, we sold 40,000 units in the first 6 months. So in the meantime, between then and now, we have grown our community enough and gotten enough exposure that we've sold half that many units in just 2 months. Now, The Witcher 2 was a really big game. A lot of people knew about it. Grimrock was comparatively smaller. So you can see we've really grown as part of bigger, fresher, newer, gotten a bigger community on GOG. We also did something you may have heard of. We gave Fallout for free. We had 1.2 million visitors to our website during those 48 hours we were giving away Fallout for free. Huge spike in traffic and growth. We were one of the top 500 most traffic websites the first day of that giveaway. We were just off the top for our usual traffic, and we saw that traffic didn't just come, a lot of it stayed. We saw a 30% permanent boost in our users, our visitors, and our sales. Now, obviously, a big change in growth like this It's thanks to you guys, our users. When you have all been coming to our website, you've been telling your friends on social media, if you're journalists, you've been talking about us on your blogs or in your magazines and the press. We owe a big debt of gratitude to you guys for helping make this transition for GOG successful. And while that's a huge portion of what's made GOG grow so well, there is somebody else we don't want to forget about. We owe a big thanks to our developers too. All those people who said, let's join the DRM-free revolution. Let's take that leap of faith and say, you know what? GOG says you don't need DRM to sell games. I believe them. I'm going to make my game available on the very first day with no DRM because there's better ways to fight piracy than that. So a big thanks go out to all those guys too. And actually, I have a little letter here to, I think, properly express my appreciation. It's just a little thank you note. So I thought I'd read this for you guys. It starts, Dear developers, GOG.com loves... no, you know... Reading this doesn't really get the emotion across. I need to do something different. I need to do a slow jam. Dear developers, GOG.com loves you. Big or small, young or old, it don't matter to us. We're here for you and we don't want no one-night stand either, no. We're here for a long-term relationship. We want to make you happy forever. We know how to satisfy, too. We brought loved games like Legend of Grimrock and The Witcher. Don't worry, though, because there's plenty of loving to go around. So if you and your game are ready for some hot GOG.com digital distribution action, drop us a line at welovedevs@GOG.com. It's a wild world out there in digital distribution. Oh, it's bad, baby. But don't worry, we'll treat you right. Lots of love, GOG.com. Thank you all very much. In case my in case my heartfelt letter of appreciation wasn't clear enough, GOG is looking for you. If you're a developer and you have a fantastic game that you think our audience would love, send us an email, welovedevs@GOG.com. We will be happy to talk to you, and don't worry, we'll treat you right. Now, if you aren't already, become a fan on Facebook, follow us on Twitter. You can watch this video and many other from GOG on our YouTube channel. Thank you all very much for watching. Here's Marcin Nowinski to wrap it up for the night.
Thank you very much, Trevor. Okay, I know one more thing. I'm throwing away all my Barry White stuff. I'm buying Trevor stuff, you know. Do you have your CD out there? Can I get it from GOG.com, DRM free? No, probably not yet. Okay, thank you very much. Once again, thank you for everyone who joined our live stream. Thank you very much for all the guests out here in our offices in Warsaw, Poland. I think it was quite an exciting day, a lot of interesting announcements. I hope everyone found something for himself or herself. I personally, I'm getting immediately Retro City Rampage. Of course, I will get my backup copy on GOG.com of Witcher 1, although I already have one, so I'm not sure how I'll manage with that. And I can't wait for the Cyberpunk game, so once I'm done with the presentation, I'm going right away to the dev team to tell them to hurry up. So thank you very much, everyone, and see you next time. Thank you.